alone and I'm alive.
Welcome, Talkin VAWLS, episode number 131, post-game basketball edition. My name is Vols JP.
And I'm Dauber. What's happening?
What's going on, everybody? Tennessee comes out victorious tonight over Mississippi State Bulldogs, 56-53, Thompson-Boling Arena, to improve to 11-3 on the season, 5-3 in SEC play. Before we get into it, let's see who all is joining us this tonight. We got Wayne Shelton, our old buddy Wayne, said Tennessee, 1 of 9 from 3 early. Yeah, I think we finished 15.8%, matter of fact, from three-point land. Not good, not good. We got Orange Pulse saying thank you, Keon. We got Cody Branch in here with us again. What a win and what a way to finish it. Yeah, it was a nail biter for sure. Innocent culprit. Just simply says, go Vols. We got Brandon with us. Brandon Hudson saying, woo, that was too close at the end for sure with all that. So, again, another struggle with this basketball team on the offensive end. Of course, coming off 2 back-to-back really bad outings, blowout loss to Florida last Tuesday night, and then following up that with just a very disappointing game Saturday against Missouri. So at least Tennessee bounced back. They got back into the win column, but I'll be honest, Dauber, this win doesn't give me a whole lot of confidence moving forward as far as SEC play goes, for sure. Yeah,
this team, we're definitely seeing their flaws. They're being exploited. You've got poor point guard play, first and foremost. Lots of turnovers. Going back to the Florida and Missouri game, they set season high turnovers with 18, both of those games. So that's 36 combined turnovers in 2 games. One of them you just got completely ran out of the gym in Gainesville, and then 18 turnovers at home against a Missouri team who you opened conference play against, beating them by 20
on the road.
Yeah. One common factor in the 3 losses that this team has is the absence of Springer. I think he's played a total of 5 minutes combined in those 3 games. And I was texting some friends tonight and said, I think this shows how much Springer means to this team on the floor, not necessarily just offensive production in terms of points, but in terms of running the offense. And I don't know if it's settling the team down, but they certainly look better tonight in stretches, but it was still spotty.
I thought coming out of the gate, the first 5 minutes, that the offense looked a lot better.
Oh, absolutely.
To me, that they were much more aggressive. They were pushing the basketball. That's kind of what I've been saying. It was just like that we were playing way too slow, and our half-court offense was just very, very stagnant. But it was almost like, and I don't know if Mississippi State made any changes. I think it had more to do with the fact that we just couldn't hit our open shots again. I mean, there was several open threes. Boscovy, typically he knocks those down. And tonight, again, I think he finished 2 of 8. And I know we'll talk about it. We were talking about it before we went live here, but Bailey is definitely struggling for sure.
Yeah. And that's something I have in my notes right here. From the Missouri game, 12 of 48 shots were layups. And I've said this going back in games that they've struggled, games that the offense hasn't been clicking. That's the thing. This team, they're very quick to settle for a jump shot when I think that they're set up to work inside out. You need to run through Pons or Fulkerson. Two of the leaders on this team, two of the seniors, elder statesmen. We've got talent, and those young guys are great. Keon at the end of the game already talked about Springer and what he means, in my opinion, to this team having him on the floor. But Barnes has said multiple times he needs more from Fulkerson and Pons. We get the defense from Pons most nights, but you look at the Missouri game the other night, he went off for 20. Barnes has said we've got guys that when they're guarding tight, they can make plays. They're just not choosing to. They're not being aggressive enough. You have to drive to get them off of you when they're playing such tight defense. And then, you're either driving to the rim to create a shot or you're kicking it out. And right now we're not. We're just, making a couple passes around the perimeter and settling for a, 15-foot jump shot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know.
And not making them.
Yeah. It's always been maddening to me why that basketball teams, and it's just not this year's basketball team, but why that these teams want to settle for those jump shots when the refs have proven over and over again that if you take it to the basket, chances are that you're at least going to get 2 foul shots because they don't swallow that whistle often.
Yeah.
That's what I'd been arguing with Pons. It was like, he was settling for way too many threes. I thought tonight that he done a better job of that. I'm not sure if he even attempted a three. I did notice a couple of times that he got it out there on the wing and was driving it and passing it off and stuff like that. But this team is going to have to find their shot back. Like I mentioned earlier, I mean, Bailey, outside of that Vandy game, when he hit like those threes right there in second half, I mean, he's really, really struggled the last three basketball games. It's almost like that this team is pressing, I guess. It's almost like that it is like that they're just waiting for somebody to be that go-to person on the offensive end. And I think that we've talked about that all season long. Is who is that going to be? And as BT Hill says right here, it was good to see Springer back. I still think as this season goes along, I think that if Springer continues to improve and hopefully that ankle doesn't continue to give him any more problems with it, I think that he can be that go-to person. But I thought Keon looked a lot more aggressive tonight. I thought that he played better. He still has a tendency to turn the ball over a lot. He's not very, very good handling that basketball still with that. But we've got to figure something out on the offensive end because we're not going to be able to win many basketball games, not even scoring 60 points for sure.
Yeah. And just to hit on turnovers again, tonight we did lower that down to 11.
Yeah,
from 18 the last 2 games, but
I think that Missouri game. I think that we had 11 in about the first 10 minutes of the basketball game. I mean, it was. I was sitting there watching that Saturday, and I was like, guys, this is ridiculous.
10 in the first 8 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, it was every time they would go down the court, it would be a turnover. It's just crazy.
And I was going to hit on this. So David Jones brought up a big point. We're getting blasted on the glass, and that's a big thing in these 3 losses. And tonight, we were out rebounded 42-30.
Yeah,
so they got 12 more boards than we did, and that was something Barnes harped on about this team after the Missouri game. The fact that you can't give teams second chances, and you can't shoot as poorly as they have been. This team in The game against Florida and the game against Missouri, I think, led for a total of maybe 3 minutes combined. Trailed for 38 minutes against Florida and trailed for 39 minutes and 25 seconds against Missouri. So that's bad. That's poor basketball. Foul shots too. That's another thing. This team, they've got to convert those right there. Tonight they were a little bit better at 70%, but man, you're standing there and nobody's guarding you. It should be up there higher.
Yeah, definitely. And, we was talking about, I think Jeff Gouldsby here talked about no true point guard. And, yeah, I mean, I know that Vescovi's playing with that hip pointer, and he's probably not 100% with all that. But, I'm really pulling for Santiago Vescovi, but he just does things with the basketball, and he gets himself in so many positions where it's going to end up bad. Either he's going to turn it over, or he's going to, how many times have we seen him drive the baseline and he gets caught up in the air and he has to turn around and throw some kind of crazy pass out. So usually he ends up being a turnover with that. But I'm not for sure. I would like to see him give Springer an opportunity to bring the ball up. I really would. I would like, and I know that Springer's been hurt and stuff, but that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see him give him a shot at that. Who knows? Maybe it wouldn't work.
I still don't think he's 100%.
Springer.
Yeah.
Maybe so. I mean, it's possible for sure. And talking about injuries, I'm still not convinced that there is something up with Fulkerson. I don't think that he's been right all season long. I think that there's something bothering him, whether it's that wrist or somebody had mentioned that there's a possible back issue going on with him or something. I don't know how true that might be, but to me, he is just not. He's just not the same player that we've saw the last couple of years, and certainly last year, just where, he's just all over the court.
Well, and that's to your point there. Also, I think teams have kind of they've got a game plan for him now. They saw his successes last year, and now they're playing him aggressive. They're kind of beating and banging with him, and he gives up some size down low to most teams. Most teams have a true guy to play in the paint, and Fulke kind of gets beat around. And I talked about that last week after the game. You'd notice he'd try to get position down there, and he's getting pushed off the position, pushed around, and to your point, if he is kind of banged up a little bit and getting shoved around by a guy, that outweighs him by 40 pounds or so, that's probably rough over 40 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. We've got 106 people showing that they're watching and listening right now. We certainly appreciate everybody tuning in tonight after Tennessee takes down Mississippi State 56-53. To again prove to 11-3 overall in the season, 5-3 in SEC play. If you haven't, we certainly appreciate it if you would hit that like button or smash it, like old Boogie Bentley always says. Maybe this is your first time listening. Maybe you came into this thinking that we were going to talk about football, and I see all kinds of comments coming down about the football program and stuff, but we're really trying to dedicate these to basketball and talking about the Tennessee basketball team. Don't worry, fellas. As soon as we get something definite as far as this football hire goes, we will definitely be going live and talking about all of that. Boogie put out a video this afternoon, or this morning, I guess, earlier this morning. So you might want to check that out. And I think that he's got something planned to release tomorrow morning as well. So with that, but we appreciate all the support. Don't want anybody to think that we're not looking at the comments. I do see all of those football comments, but we are trying to trying to get this to where we try to stick to basketball only with that. So we got a big game Saturday, Dauber. Big game Saturday, big national powerhouse. Kansas Jayhawks coming into Thompson Bowling Arena. Kansas is kind of on a losing streak as well. What are they? Lost three in a row, I believe.
Yeah, this game was definitely a bit more exciting preseason than it looks right now. But I think it'll be a good game. I think they're sort of in the same boat. I think that they're struggling offensively too. But it's another top 20 ranked matchup. Maybe we can get a little bit of redemption for how we played against Missouri the other night. So it's going to be tough. We're going to have to shoot well and going to have to rebound. That's comes down to that. I mean, if you're not going to crash the glass, you're giving these teams second chances, and even a decent team, they get 2 or 3 looks at it, they're going to put it in.
Yeah, for sure. That's what worries me about this basketball team. Really, obviously the shots not falling, but usually teams go through a funk that where the shots don't fall. But if you're not rebounding, that's kind of one of those things that kind of just lingers on and on and on. And I thought that could be a problem early on in the season, even when we were playing some of those teams that we were completely outclassing. But I think as we're seeing now, as we get into much tougher competition in league play, that rebounding is probably going to be a problem all year long with this basketball team. I want to hit this super chat right quick. I almost missed that. Dustin Sellers, we appreciate you, buddy. You're always in here with us. He said, is it just me, or do we get turnovers, then force something and give it right back? Seems like a lot lately. Dustin, you are usually right on cue, and I definitely agree with that. It seems like when we make a play, it's like that we get lackadaisical with the ball and end up just turning it right back to the other team. Maybe it's got something to do with some of the inexperience on this team, some of the ball handlers and stuff like that. Kind of maybe what I was mentioning about Santiago. Last year he had a lot of turnover problems, and like you said early on, Dauber, all the turnovers that this basketball team had the last 2 games certainly improved tonight. What'd you say?
11.
11. Yeah, and I think that their average before those last 2 games where they had the 36 combined, I think that they were averaging about 10.6 a game. So tonight they were back to right at what their yearly average has been with that. But you can't turn the ball over as many times as Tennessee's done the last 2 games and expect to win, especially with the poor shooting that's been going on for sure.
Absolutely, especially not in league play.
Yeah, for sure. It shows we got 100 folks live in here tonight. Dauber, have you done any kind of research on the Kansas Jayhawks?
I mean, just some basic, talking about their offensive struggles and their little skid. I texted you there the other day that this matchup looked a whole lot more attractive early in the season than it does right now. Just with the way both teams are kind of not really clicking. And that was one of the things I want to talk about. We're talking about the offense struggling for Tennessee. They're not scoring. They're not hitting anything really. But you go back to the Florida and the Missouri game, and even stretches tonight, it wasn't necessarily the offense that was worse for this team. It was the defense, and the defense is what this team is built around. You're talking about having people blow right by you on defense for an easy layup, an uncontested easy layup. You're talking about leaving shooters wide open for uncontested jump shots or threes. It's just something that has got to be giving Barnes an ulcer, because that's one thing, and we've said all along, if you don't play defense for Barnes, you're going to be sitting on the bench. And I've noticed him on the sidelines multiple times, jump up and point and get him out of there after just a boneheaded play. But it comes down to I think this team, they have matchup issues, and that goes offensively and defensively. But we're just not consistent enough on offense, and then defensively. And that was one of the things I said early in the year. Our offense, I think, feeds off the defense. So if our defense is struggling, that just shows that our offense isn't going to be successful, because the defense is what feeds the offense.
Yeah. There's no doubt about it that, we talked about it early in the season that the defense was going to have to carry this basketball team, and we felt like that even if the shots weren't falling, that this team could remain in games. Obviously, the Florida blowout proved us wrong there. That was a horrible defensive performance, and Saturday against Missouri. This team struggles against long, athletic teams, and that's going to be a problem. We've seen it happen with Alabama, which I believe knocked off the Kentucky Wildcats tonight, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not going to do the Joe Rogan laugh on that, because I'm not going to give too much credit to Bama, because I don't like them either. So with that, but anytime that Kentucky loses in basketball, I'll probably sleep pretty well tonight with that. So on that, William Poole mentioned there, let me just hit this right quick. William Poole just mentioned a minute ago that he got his Talkin VAWLS shirt in, I believe, today. So wanted to throw this out there. Anybody that might be interested, we've got the Talkin VAWLS basketball shirt. These are really nice shirts. 5 different colors that you can choose from. We got short sleeve shirts. We got the classic long sleeve look in 5 different colors as well. And then we got the pullover hoodie. If you're interested in any of that stuff, the link will be in the description once this video is uploaded directly to YouTube. So appreciate William purchasing that shirt, and if anybody's interested in it, there's the information on that. Yeah, Dauber's got the
get my hoodie on tonight.
Dobby's got Dauber's got that hoodie going. Dauber, I know that we had talked about possibly not doing anything. I'm going out of town Saturday, so I'm not sure what time that I'll be back. I don't know, Dauber, what your plans are. We might end up maybe looking to go live after that Kansas game. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know. This is a good time. Click the bell for notifications, and you'll know if we go.
Yeah. With that,
that's also a good way to just stay up to date, and you'll catch all the videos that we've been cranking out with this football coaching search and everything else. Because man, we're putting out some content, and it's really mostly Boogie and JP and the Indy kid. I've kind of slacked off, but I've got 2 kids playing travel softball, and we've already started practicing. So,
yeah, that's all right, buddy. That's all right. But yeah, that just depends on what our schedules look like Saturday. Again, not sure if I'll be in town or not, but with that. But if we do decide to do something after the Tennessee-Kansas game, we will certainly let everybody know well in advance, ahead of time. That's why it's so important, like Dauber said, to subscribe to the Talkin VAWLS Network on YouTube, and you'll be sure to get any kind of updates and notifications with that. Big game Saturday, Dauber. I think that this basketball team can get some swag back if they could pull off that game against Kansas for sure. I think that they could get some of their excitement back into it. I think that fan base is kind of like, this team's starting to struggle. I think that hopefully that we can get these shooters back in their groove, namely Bailey and Vescovi. I definitely think that Tennessee, there's no doubt in my mind that they can win this basketball game Saturday, but they're definitely going to have to shoot the ball and rebound better than that they really have over the last 4 or 5 games for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You got any kind of prediction? You want to throw that out?
Oh goodness, the way that this basketball team's playing, I mean, I would be shocked if this team doesn't come in actually locked in on the defensive side. I would expect another low-scoring basketball game. I'll just throw it out there. I think Tennessee finds a way to win this against Kansas Jayhawks on Saturday. I'm going to go 65-63. I think it'll be a close game, just like tonight. But that's just strictly just my orange, looking through my big orange fandom there for sure.
Ooh, that is tight. That's another nail biter.
Well, I mean, a lot of our games have been that way for sure.
Yeah. I think that playing at home, even though you've got the limited attendance with the crowd and all that, I think we somehow find a way to get out of our offensive slump. And I don't think it's a runaway. I think it's going to be a tight game as well. But I think you're going to see I think Bailey is going to come out, and I think he's going to go for 15 or so.
He goes for 15, and Tennessee wins.
And I think the Vols are going to beat the Jayhawks. I'm gonna say a little bit lower though. I'm going 57-51.
57-51. We got Kevin Bear. Kevin, I liked you, man, but you're going Kansas. Nah, I'm just kidding, buddy. I definitely would not put any money on this game for sure. He's saying Kansas 65, UT 61. I could certainly see that. Oh, Cody Branch says that the Jayhawks won't even hit 50, 56-49 Vols. Maybe we got a troll in here. I don't know, but RGE Viper says Kansas 73-45. Well, I can tell you what, RGE Viper, if that happens, I'll be turning that game off real early. I can promise you that right there. Instant Culprit saying 64-56 Vols. And Eric Ash Jones says Tennessee 70, Kansas 68. We might be scoring some points there. Scoring some points. Hillbilly Sportsman, he's saying we will break out to win 69-68. He's even more of a nail biter for sure. And Rocky Top Rowdy saying Tennessee 58, Kansas 54. Corey Braswell 65-60 Kansas. So we'll see. I think that it'll be a close game. We got one more here. William Poole 77-65. I take that in a heartbeat on that, William. And RGE says that he is trolling, but it's all good, RGE. That's no problem at all. I wouldn't be surprised if Kansas doesn't beat us by 35. The way that this basketball is played, basketball team's played, it's just hard to say for sure.
And I tell you what, I dropped the ball on the contest for the Missouri game. I've not even looked at who won for the stickers. I will look at that, and I will shoot some messages out to the guys who won. But I'm gonna throw this out there. Let's do score for the Kansas game. If you want a chance to win one of these new Talkin VAWLS hoops, it's got a hologram sticker.
That's a sweet sticker. You still ain't got me in them, Dauber. What I got to do to get a sticker, man?
Put a guess in. Come back after the video uploads to YouTube and put the guests in the comments there. Trying to get you on the comments, help drive up the analytics. Make sure you hit the thumbs up as well. But yeah, I'll be better about that, and we'll maybe do some other stuff besides these contests to try to get some of these out to you guys. We appreciate you being in the show and coming hanging out with us after the games.
So again, what they need to do is after this uploads to YouTube, they need to go in and make a comment with their score prediction, right, Dauber?
Absolutely.
Okay. So if you've made a prediction in the live chat, that won't carry over. So wait until this uploads. It should upload once we end this, probably in about five or 10 minutes. Pull it up on YouTube. Be sure, if you haven't already, to hit the like button if you would so graciously do that. And then leave a comment with your score prediction, and we'll have it there for after the game. And whoever wins, Dauber will send you a sticker.
I think I shared a screen with you. I said there a couple weeks ago I had a picture I was going to show, and it was upstairs at the time.
That's Dauber.
That is college Dauber in Thompson Bowling Arena. Let's see, that was probably when that might have been when old Bruce Pearl was there on the sidelines running around, but shooting the T-shirt cannon out to the crowd, getting everybody pumped up and all that. So I helped out with some marketing in basketball, and then with baseball as well. Pretty cool opportunity, really neat stuff that I got to do with that. Kind of some inside stuff, behind the scenes stuff. So it was pretty cool. Kevin, I was there when Jerry Green was there as well. You talk about it was different. You had the black curtains draped up across the top of the Tommy Bowl for men's games, and they'd pull them down for the women's games. But you could actually hear the teams and the coaches in the huddles talking when Jerry Green was there. I was there for Buzz Peterson for Buzz Ball as well.
Shoot, that was some bad basketball.
Yeah, but yeah, so there's that. I said I would show that picture, kind of show my age a little bit there, I guess. So still not as old as old JP over there.
Yeah, I know, right? You can tell by this gray in my beard for sure. So I believe that's going to do it for tonight. Gosh, I need to go to bed, I believe. It's Tennessee again. Beats the Mississippi State Bulldogs 56-53 inside Thompson Bowling Arena. 11-3 on the season, 5-3 in SEC play. This will be their last non-conference game of the season before tournament time starts as they take on the Kansas Jayhawks Saturday in the SEC Big 12 Challenge. 6 o'clock, I believe that's on ESPN. Dustin, he's not going to let us go. He's going to give us another $5 super chat. Dustin, we certainly appreciate you. He said, last thought, Falky and Pons seem timid when it comes to rebounds. Pons is the strongest dude on both teams. He can jump out of the gym. What gives? I wished I knew, Dustin. I wished I knew.
I don't know. We've talked about that before. I think Josiah-Jordan James is probably the best rebounder on this team. And I don't know if Pons, if he lurks for blocks and is out of position for rebounds. But yeah, I agree with you. I think that for their size, they should be hitting the glass a little bit more. And, that's something that's coming up in the stats that's really hurting this team is the effort on rebounding. So
yeah.
Something that needs to be addressed, especially as we wind down and get towards the end of conference play and start heading to postseason play.
Yeah, definitely so. Definitely so, because it's not going to get any easier at all. Because, honestly, whenever whenever that you really look at this basketball schedule, the back end of this schedule on paper is much more difficult than what Tennessee has already done. At this point in time, I'm not even going to say that this basketball team is a given to make the dance. I'm not, because they have got to get something figured out, Dauber, on the offensive end. I mean, this team cannot continue to score 40 and 50 points and win. It's just not going to happen.
I still contend. I think it's the defense. I think the defense has to play better to feed the offense. They're not creating the pressure and denying like they were really kind of to start the season, and even the beginning of conference play. The defense was so good, and that's you looked at the Florida game, and what did the commentators keep saying? Oh, Florida is Tennessee tonight. Just talking about the pressure defense causing all the turnovers. And the other thing, you got to give Florida and Missouri credit because they both shot the ball well. The kid from Missouri had 19 in the first half. Pinson, he couldn't miss.
Yeah.
And then
that happens a lot. It seems like it happens a lot against us.
It's I swear, this team they make guys, have career nights. It's same thing with the football team. We make guys look like Heisman Trophy candidates when they come out against us. I don't know what it is, but this team they have issues. They've had some red flags that we've kind of seen creep up here and there throughout the season, but the last week and a half, we've seen teams. They've also noticed that, and they're beginning to exploit those shortcomings that they have.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit this one right here. I didn't mean to do that. I'm talking about football. Orange Pulse says, with all of our guards, why don't we run more? I agree, Orange Pulse. I've said it. This team needs to play faster. They need to play faster. And I'm hoping, and I keep on saying this because, we're halfway through the season, but, as Keon and Springer get more experience, I hope that this basketball team can run more, because I think that's what they're going to have to do. We don't create any kind of easy points. It is a complete struggle every time that we score. We miss too many bunnies right around the rim again. We done it tonight. How many layups has this basketball team blown? It's a problem. It's a problem. Finish at the rim. Yeah.
Layups or free throws. That right in my notes. Finish at the rim. Anasicki. Plays hard, in there scrapping, but he has got to start finishing at the rim. I know of 2, if not 3, layups tonight that just for whatever reason didn't end up going in. And you're talking transferring in, and I'm glad he'll be here next year. I think he's got lots of room for improvement. And it'll be good for him and good for the team, but he's got to start finishing.
Yeah. And I'll hit this one here. Christopher Lane saying we don't have one true point guard that will continue to have to play slow. I thought Springer was point guard. I thought that's what his position was when he was playing at IMG. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that. I thought that he would come in and possibly take some of Vescovi's minutes, or possibly move Vescovi over to the 2 with that. And like I said earlier, maybe Springer gets healthy, that we'll see more of him playing the point. But I definitely would like to see this basketball team run. I would love to see that.
Yeah. I agree. And that was one of the things going into the year that I thought Barnes was really high on. You know, we've got 4 guys that could bring the ball up and kind of wanting to run and stretch it out, but we've not really seen a whole lot of that. So,
Yeah, with that. So,
like you said earlier, when they try to get in the half court and run a set offense, it's like they get stuck in the mud, and too often they're settling for a tough contested jump shot.
oh, I know it. And we got bailed out there on that Springer shot where he got blocked. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And you know, it could have been a much different ball game for sure when you only win by 3, because we got 2 there for sure. But you know, that's the way that it goes with that. But I think that's going to do it for tonight. We appreciate everybody again joining in, talking basketballs, hoops with us as Tennessee again beats Mississippi State 56-53. Man, I'm struggling for sure. I need to go to bed for sure. But anyway, again, if you're not a subscriber, we certainly appreciate you subscribing to the Talkin VAWLS Network. And again, with all of the football stuff that is going on, as soon as something breaks, as soon as we get some more information, as soon as we see that something's going down, promise you guys that we'll be having us a live show and interacting with every single one of you all. Again, if you're interested in some football content, Boogie put a video out this morning, and I believe that he plans on releasing something in the morning as well. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. But we'll just have to wait and see what ends up happening down there in Knoxville with the football program. But until then, for Dauber, I'm Vols JP. Hope everybody has a good night, and go Vols.